And we're live. Welcome to the Sports Doin. We are here to preview the fifth day of the final test between India and Australia. And where do I start? This has been essentially Mohammad Siraj and Shardul Thakur's day today. India were fantastic in the field. To have the opposition at 89 for no loss, effective 89 for no loss, considering their lead, to then actually end up getting 4 for 34 in the first session, then coming back and almost bowling the entire opposition out into 2 sessions itself. So it's some fantastic achievement by the this young Indian pace attack. And I'd like to introduce the panel for tonight's discussion. We got Manish and Suvajit, here, and of course Pratmesh and Anurag, the regulars as well. So thank you so much to all four of you for joining us here. And I would just like to start with Suvajit. Suvajit, we can discuss the 328. We can discuss the perils of actually going for it tomorrow. But what a day! What a performance by this nondescript Indian attack. I mean, where do we even start from? It's just amazing performance by these young guys.
Yeah, truly. I mean, I think a lot of credit to these young boys. Honestly, I mean, it's self-belief that work for them. At the same time, I think this is high time we should even credit the coaching staff. We should also credit the
Yeah.
system that ensured that we have a backup, we have a fringe. Rahul Dravid at MCA, the BCCI have, over the years with the O tools and everything, how they have managed to, you know, create such bench strength, because this is not even your A team bowling. I mean, a lot of these guys would not even make it to your A side. So this is fantastic. I mean, it's beyond words, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, we've got Anurag, we've been Mohammad Siraj. We've got someone that you might not see Shardul and Washington maybe be regulars in the test side, but Mohammad
Yeah.
Siraj is definitely someone who's going to go on many more Australian tours, don't you think?
Was it for me? Sorry.
Yeah, that's what's for you, Anurag.
Yeah.
Also, when was the last time you actually saw Australians ducking and getting out? Was it Dr.
Yeah.
Archer?
Yeah, perhaps. And they were not very successful at that ducking, were they? So again,
Yeah, we saw it with Bang. We talked about Wagner and Archer, right?
yeah, precisely. And again, today was such a heartwarming day in a sense that Muhammad Siraj, Subhajit put a very, very beautiful post out, like legit echoing all our fans' sentiments. But so there's something more I'd want to add, especially in the last 2 years. I'm a very, very big hater of these fan pages on Facebook, which are like not precisely fan pages. They try to, like there is this one on Rishabh Pant where they apparently provide updates every time he crosses 35 runs, and according to them, he doesn't. So
Yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah,
sort of
yeah.
a dig on the guy. And then there is this the famous the Dinda Academy, I think, which is one of the
Yeah,
worst
yeah,
pages on Facebook. If I really want to say that, because the amount of the way the image of these bowlers has been tarnished by these people. Uh, you
yeah.
know, Siraj. Youngster. Okay, you are trolling Umesh Yadav, you're trolling Ashok Dinda, players like this who've been for a while. Maybe okay, chalo, it's not like there no one has a right to do so or something like that. Mohammad Siraj was a youngster who's just like coming into the scene, who's just about settling into happy birthday to the carry
Man,
development.
I'm gonna
As
thank
a
myself
kid.
for that nickname. But yeah,
Yeah, very happy
Yeah,
birthday,
thank
KD.
you
So
so much.
yeah,
Sir. Thank you.
yeah. So again, I know there are going to be a lot of these birthday texts. Again, what felt very bad was, Siraj was trolled like brutally over the last 2 years. I think let's
yeah,
make no mistake of that. Uh, this is the problem with the fans, and I really want fans to be, take this as an example and be a little more kind to the youngsters that are coming up. Starting with
yeah,
Prithvi Shaw, we have one great example right now. Be a little more kind, be a little more patient. If they don't turn out to be, it's not like I don't know what is this cheap thrill that people take out of abusing cricketers. But again, I know some people feel entitled to it because uh, apparently their lives are public properties and something like that. But again, please remain patient with cricketers. That is when
yeah,
they really grow up and become the stars like Siraj has become today. And I'm
Yeah.
sure you saw the temperament with which he was bowling. You saw
Yeah.
the intensity with which he was bowling. You could sense in every ball he wanted to give it back to the Australians in a way very, very few bowlers could manage to do. And
Yeah.
that was so nice to see. Kudos to Siraj, kudos to Thakur, and Natarajan bowled well as well. He didn't get a wicket, but he did
Yeah.
fairly decently. Washington Sundar. I mean, at the start of the series, could you have imagined like these four would be the bowlers that we'd be talking about, and even Navdeep
Yeah.
Saini? I think he was bowling around 125 clicks, wasn't he? But again, great kudos to the effort that he's put in to just come out and bowl. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm more so satisfied about all of this.
Kushagra, not everyone's capable of having
Hosting,
see like cheap thrills.
yeah,
So these guys are just giving the cheapest cheap thrills that are possible on the internet. So guys, just please stop it, right? If you're so interested in
Yeah.
cheap thrills, even I love the song. So go out there, listen, give it likes, give it whatever you want. But our players are putting in. I don't know whether
yeah.
to say
Thank you, Shivam.
200% effort.
Thank you so much. I know I'm not a
Yes.
host. I'm just a backup. Yeah, thank you.
Shivam, I don't know about teaching anything to Anurag, but you just heard that monologue, right? Like that was
Yeah,
fantastic. So seriously, I don't think I'm going to do any amount of cheating or teaching either of the things here. But
Man.
just reacting to what Anurag and then Pratnesh said, it's very
Yeah.
easy to run these players now. मैंने भी बहुत सुना है नवदीप सैनी और शार्दुल ठाकुर, and in fact I have been guilty as well myself.
yeah,
I've been pretty pissed off with Shardul Thakur at times with some of the performances that he's put in. But yeah, आप देखिए, they've been just fantastic. The attitude, and what was so pleasing to me? What was pleasing was not there was not an iota of disappointment in Shardul Thakur for not getting fifth. And इतना
yeah,
अच्छा लगा. It was so
Yeah.
beautiful to see कि Shardul was the one जिन्होंने catch लिया off Siraj's bowling, and
yeah,
Jasprit Bumrah, the leader of Indian bowling, वो wait कर रहे थे boundary line पे to give Siraj a tight hug. And it's just हम लोग रवि शास्त्री को भी बहुत भला बुरा बोलते हैं, बहुत कुछ
yeah,
बोलते हैं, बट एक
Yeah.
बात उनको देनी पड़ेगी. His man management is spot on. Like to
Yeah.
manage so many players for such a long time, and to get these levels of performances from them on a
Yeah.
consistent basis, and them never throwing in the towel. I mean, hats
Yeah.
off to Mr. Shastri, and I hope that people do see this part as well of Ravi
Yeah.
Shastri. I hope that people do understand he is a contributor in that particular sense. How much of an analytical contribution he makes, that we do not know what goes inside
Yeah.
the
and we'll
inside the.
never know.
We'll
You'll
never
never
know,
know.
but
He definitely does.
Yeah,
yeah, he definitely
obviously,
does.
yeah,
So I'm
A
sure. I'm
lot of
sure he must.
analysis. Because it's a very it's an unknown. I mean, not a lot of people know that Ravi Shastri was a fantastic captain for West Zone and Mumbai, and
Yeah.
perhaps
Yeah,
when Australia speak about Shane Warne. You
yeah.
know,
The debut.
uh, Ravi Shastri probably is one of the best captains that India did not have. He just led in one test.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. And so, agreed. Talking about Mr. Shastri, and talking about I guess the Indian team management and Indian setup. Manish, this has been quite refreshing, isn't it? जो भी नया बंदा आता है, he comes in pumped, and
Yeah.
the shriek let out by Shardul after one wicket. I feel
KD,
feel
just a part of the Ravi Shastri discussion. There's this comment from Srishti about. I think you should definitely flash that out. This is
जो भी दारू पिलाता है, they do bring the group.
indeed.
That was brilliant.
That was
Yeah.
brilliant.
On a comical note, sure.
What a sly compliment! Like it's like right at the edge. It's neither a compliment nor a hate. So good, so good,
Yeah.
Brilliant. But
brilliant.
coming back to the team management, and what will you say about the captaincy shown from Australia? I felt उन लोग को पहले declare कर देना चाहिए था, but it genuinely seemed कि ऑस्ट्रेलिया डरी हुई थी. It genuinely seemed वो 300 से अंदर नहीं टारगेट देना चाहती थी इंडिया को, and they batted out the entire innings. 20 विकेट लिए इस इनएक्सपीरियंस बॉलिंग अटैक ने मनीष.
So Kushagra, I'll take the first thing which you mentioned about everyone comes in pumped in. We have to also remember these guys were the same team, pretty much the same team, 36 all out to do everything after that. We can't hide that fact. To do from that, it shows the mental strength these guys have. Kudos to Ravi Shastri for whatever he's doing to come in
Yeah.
after that and to be super motivated. Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane, these guys have just made us proud each and every day. There have
Hmm.
been, especially the bowling department, kudos to them, man. हर मैच में हमारी bowling department को कुछ ना कुछ injuries हुई है. Anyone who has come in, it didn't look like कि ये अपना पहला टेस्ट मैच खेल रहा है. इससे बड़ा
Yeah.
कॉम्प्लीमेंट और कुछ नहीं हो सकता कि टू से कि none of them look like they're playing that first test match. So kudos to Ravi
Yeah.
Shastri, whatever he's doing, just keep on doing well, and I'm very happy. Coming to the point of Australians being a bit scared and they didn't want it to, I said this point yesterday कि हम उनको 300 से ज्यादा मारने नहीं देंगे, ठीक है? The score of the lead part, I remember हम उनको 300 से ज्यादा मारने नहीं, because I knew fourth day
Just
wicket,
about right.
our bowling attack, you know, a bowling attack had it in them. The way,
Yeah.
especially even when Warner and Harris were going, I knew one opening, one small opening, and then it was bang on. So kudos to them. And yeah, Australia after a long time. I mean, I'm saying this Australian side a little bit intimidated because they know the Indian side is capable of chasing down such targets. It's gonna be a tough task tomorrow, but it showed. हम 10 चीज बोल
Yeah.
रहे कि ठीक है लीड कर रहे थे. It showed. If this was Ricky pointing, they would have declared a 220, 250. We all know that, but डर है, अच्छा
हाँ.
है, अच्छा लग रहा है, थोड़ा सा डर है.
होना भी चाहिए यार, होना भी चाहिए because
Leeds. That's all is going in his mind. Tim Payne can only think about Leeds.
yeah, and
Could be.
Pratmesh, I'm coming to you. I'm coming to you last because this is
Yeah.
probably the most important part of the discussion here.
Okay.
Rohit Sharma. Rohit Sharma
Ah.
is again the key. रोहित शर्मा, मतलब मुझे यकीन नहीं हो रहा है एक बंदे कितनी इंपॉर्टेंस है इस पर्टिकुलर टूर में, इस पर्टिकुलर सीरीज में. एंड अगर रोहित शर्मा फर्स्ट सेशन खेल जाता है एंड ही इज देयर इन द सेकंड सेशन, there
Yeah.
will be queasy stomachs and clenching buttocks in the Australian dressing room, right?
Yeah. होम हवन भी हो जाएंगे ऑस्ट्रेलियन ड्रेसिंग रूम में कि यार बारिश गिरा दो. अब मतलब then they will be happily singing the song. ये देखो बारिश हो रही है, टिंग 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 टिंग. but but all jokes apart, I feel the most important thing is tomorrow is going to be to manage the new ball, especially for both Rohit and Shubman, because Shubman's wicket in the first innings was good delivery, but even he'll try to put his bat out, try to feel the bat on ball. Rohit's dismissal has been dissected and surgically analyzed by each and every person
It
on
just seems like
through the
yesterday,
courts.
it just seems like half an hour ago that he played that shot and got out, because it
Yeah,
talked and talked and talked and talked and talked about so much, and that
yeah,
वो जो covered is fantastic. मतलब I can see also just adding on to the point for you as well, Pratnesh. अगर ये लोग पहले declare कर देते, they might have had a more of a chance to have a go at these openers, because वो
Yeah.
शाम का
yeah.
पीरियड होता ही था प्रथमेश. एक या दो विकेट निकाल जाते तो कल हम लोग की हालत बहुत खराब होती.
Nee, but it's like एक बार while you're climbing a mountain, for example, once you trip, you start scaring you, right? कि अब चढ़ने वाले हैं,
Yeah.
नहीं वाले हैं. So I think Australians have had this experiences.
Fabulous.
Uh, they have this experience in Leeds. They almost had experience in Adelaide in 2018, and they know that this Indian team also gave them a big scare in Sydney, in
Yeah.
spite of Australians being on the top. So, why? Yeah, I think that's one thing that's definitely going through their mind. And Tim Payne, as Manish said, is not Ricky Ponting. Justin Langer is just a coach, so he can't really influence a lot what happens to the players within the game time. As he says in a documentary, once the game starts, it's all upon the players. So whatever. But but I think with Rohit and Shubman, this new ball will do a little tricks here and there, because obviously the seam's going to be quite good. The bowlers Cummins and Hazelwood, we all know, are top class bowlers. Let's not get ahead of ourselves in that sense. The pitch is cracking up, so that's another issue. There will be a little moisture in the morning because of the rains during the evening and the night. So that will also be something the Australians will be looking to exploit. They have left a little bit of grass, very little bit of grass. So I guess that will be a little bit in their favor. So yeah, पहले एक घंटा, even if you play out the first 1 hour, for example, 13, 14 overs for 20, 30 runs, but you don't lose a wicket. We're still in this game. Maybe not to win it, in a sense, we have to go hell for leather in third session, but it's better than not losing those wickets initially, because once
Hmm.
the Australian team can sniff blood, they will go all in, and they know they have probably only 2 sessions. So
Yeah, the pitch has its demons as well, right?
yeah, the pitch has its demons as well. Upar say there is a strong forecast for rain tomorrow. So for Rohit and Shubman, this is probably the most important knock of the entire series. We keep on saying this, right? Kal sabse bada din hai, sabse bada din hai. We can't stop doing that since
अब
day
खत्म हो
one.
जाएगा.
अब खत्म हो जाएगा वो फाइनली. I mean, कल सबसे बड़ा दिन है. We will say it tomorrow again if we have to party. But I think yes, the new ball is going to be the make and break of this entire Test series. That's the 10 overs can decide the series. That's the most interesting part about Test cricket, right? You play for almost a month and a half, and it all comes down to 10 overs. So you know, I hope Rohit does well, and I hope all the people who have been on him for good reasons. Obviously, they want Rohit to do well, but I hope he proves everybody wrong, and I hope that I can wear my Rohit jersey tomorrow on the afternoon podcast.
All right. I'll just
Kushagra, it's like a final chapter of what has been such an amazing book. Like,
Yeah,
things are so beautifully set up before you turn into the final chapter. I hope, like, last time as we discussed, I hope no one dies slipping off a banana peel or something. That would be very, very sad or something. But I hope
and
it really ends on a high.
also that it's not like the Game of Thrones finale.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, good one. Yeah. I hope it's not the case. Yeah.
Let's just take a few more comments. Shivam, just adding on to your point, Anurag, Rishabh and two people
Yeah.
abuse him for no reason at all.
yeah.
And I just don't get it. Absolutely agree, Anurag. It's really easy to sit and criticize.
Indeed.
Uh, Amit is back in form and back in
Yes.
with the comment stats. So I'll just give them a read. Gabba Fortress talk in Australia sounds cute when you think that India just lost four tests. India has lost just 4 tests in 18
The 18th.
test series. Yeah, we have a
Yeah.
fortress too. It's anywhere the fuck in India.
Not Wankhede
And
Stadium.
also,
I would disagree with that one, but yeah.
अरे ठीक है यार. I don't think at this point this test team will lose test matches even in Mumbai for that matter. Uh, I would think Pune ज़्यादा iffy है compared to Wankhede.
Yeah.
Pune also we don't
Yeah.
tend to do well. Well noted, Pratmesh. I'm sure he must be. It was with respect to your monologue.
Yeah.
Bastab actually praising us. Thank you so much, Bastab. Bastab, I think this is the first time I've seen your comment. So in
Yeah.
case you also do not
Fantastic
subscribe,
writer, man.
please.
Yep.
I'm doing this earlier in the video of this. Please like,
Yeah.
share, and subscribe. Share the video around. The more of you people are in the comments, the more we can have generate a conversation and interest in this.
Look at the smile on
Pawan
Arnab's
saying
face, dude.
yeah,
आज
Pavan
जल्दी
saying
कर
it will
दिया.
be a cracker of a fifth day. Srishti, of course, we read this. So इधर बुलाता है. Amit saying bowling attacks to take 20 wickets versus Australia at the Gabba since 89. Oh, this should be an interesting stat. West Indies in 92 who had Ambrose, Bishop, Patterson, Walsh, Hooper.
Wow.
Matches 155, wickets 486. New Zealand 2008, Martin, Saudi, O'Brien, Elliot, Vittori.
Man.
Matches 142, wickets 445. India in 2021. Siraj, Natarajan, Thakur, Saini, Sundar, matches 4, wickets 11.
Oh,
Stunning achievement by
What
this
a-
bowling attack.
What a
Couldn't
good
be more
stat.
proud.
company to be in.
Yeah.
What a company to
Yeah,
be in.
man.
Just
Man,
Legend.
if you are in the same sentence as Ambrose, you have done something good in
No.
life.
Ambrose, Walsh, and
Walsh.
Bishop, if you're in the same statement as
Imagine.
you've done something well. Also, this makes me realize how bloody long Tim Saudi has been playing and terrorizing, bowlers with his
Yeah.
accurate line.
yeah.
2008, maybe he was there. I think he was the opposing captain versus Virat Kohli in the under 19
Yeah,
World Cup.
Indeed. Yeah, in
under-
the New Zealand. Yep.
Yeah. So, Shivam saying, yeah, and the celebration post the wicket, Shahrukh Sadhu. Yes. That's what I was
Yes.
talking about. I love his
So heartwarming.
enthusiasm. इतनी
Yeah.
जोर से चिल्लाया वो, तो मतलब दिख रही थी, मतलब ब्रिस्बेन से यहाँ तक पता लग रहा था how happy Shardul was. Happy birthday! Thank you so much, Mastoom. Amit says, I've got a feeling that it may be a very late rain charge this afternoon, if not this evening. Matthew
Matthew
Hayden.
Head.
Uh, I don't know exactly. That's what we were discussing. That is so nice to hear because I really didn't want to hear at the end of the match that rain saved Australia. Sunil, Mr. Gavaskar's comments, some of his comments are just pure gold.
Yeah.
He's always good for a one-liner. Amit is wishing me as well. Thank you so much, Amit. And thank you to everyone who's wished me today. Just using this particular portal to address that fact as well. Shivam says this might be Tim Payne's last match. I don't know, Shivam. It might not be Tim Payne's last match. It may
Yeah.
not be Tim Payne's last match for that matter. But I feel like there will be a few questions asked about the approach of this Australian team
Yeah.
management. Poor
Nice guy.
poor captaincy the whole series. Yeah, poor captaincy the whole series. Yeah, I mean it's very tough to argue against that. Navjeevan is wishing as well. Thank you, Navjeevan. Shivam says Rishabh Pant and Rohit Sharma dancing in Tim Payne's mind the whole time. That is true. That is true. There is a question that I want to come to Sujit with. The question's right after this comment, so I'll come to you, Sujit, right after that. Australia has not lost at the Gabba in 28 matches, a record dating back to 1988. If India wins, it's 28-1. Will be the second time Australia will bow down to 281. Beautiful. Well put. Well put. I mean, it's actually very well said. Uh, this is the question I wanted to ask you, Suvajit. अगर हम लोग विकेट नहीं खोते हैं सुबह, can we send Rishabh at 3 and maybe try to make a fist out of it, or just the very fact that going for it could entail wickets girna, and on this pitch which seems to be breaking up like very 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 easily, in the sense that balls were taking off from length as well. Do you think India might take that chance?
See, it all depends on the start, but honestly speaking, I don't see this thing happening that Rishabh Pant at number 3. But with Rahane, we have seen that he's a very attacking captain. None of us expected Pant to bat at number 5 in the last in the Sydney match as well. So it all depends
Yeah.
on the start. Like if we bat well for like around 1.5 sessions, and if we are like Rohit and Gill, both of them are looking very good, and we are somewhere in the close to the 40% mark of the chase. I think it's a gamble well worth, but then again, like you mentioned that we've been seeing the pitch misbehaving, and especially with the ball that Smith got out, and
Yeah.
if and we know, I mean, I'm Pat Cummins, he just needs that opening. I mean, he
Yeah.
just given opening, and he will come in and pick up those crucial wickets. And another thing, I mean, we've spoken about Cummins, we have spoken about Hazelwood. We know that Nathan Lyon can be dangerous on a final day pitch. But yeah, not to forget Mitchell Stark. He has not done too well in this particular series. He's not got
Yeah.
wickets, and we know
Elisa
that.
Healy is not too happy about it either.
And if he gets the ball to hit those cracks, I mean, he can play some
Yeah.
seriously. Uh, so I think probably if I was Rahane, I would. I know. I mean, it's too tempting that 32 years, and if we manage to win this particular test, for me, it's got to be a bigger celebration than the World Cup win. So,
Yeah.
That's true.
and especially
Yeah.
with this
Wow.
particular team, but at the same time, I know that the World Test Championship points table, and returning home with the Border Gavaskar Trophy itself is a huge achievement. So,
Yeah.
if I were Rahane, I would have been slightly cautious, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Kushagra, just
Sanjeev,
for context,
sorry.
just for
Yeah.
context for people, why we talked about the Stark thing not being on form. Uh, Stark has played all the 4 Test matches. Siraj has played 3, and Siraj still has more wickets than Mitchell Stark. So no wonder Alisa Healy is going all nuts on Twitter, trying to comment on people saying that Siraj has got more wickets. But man, you can't help it,
He
can you?
has. I mean, how can you really go against Siraj in that sense, because he has taken more wickets, so that's a statement of fact, right? So It's okay. It's okay. I mean,
As Amit said in
as
the
we, as
afternoon, we
we
are hurting in Australian psyche. The Australian players
yeah,
were hurting us. We are hurting Australian psyche. That's even more dangerous.
मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा आज पैट का आज कमिंस को उसने बॉल मारी मतलब आई डोंट वांट टू साउंड वायलेंट बट मुझे बहुत मजा आया that he couldn't come out to field. There was a ball that hit his elbow. There was a ball that hit his fingers. I
Yeah.
loved it. Like, I mean, this was the response I was wanting. Sorry.
Everyone loved the good. Let's be honest.
हाँ
Yeah,
यार.
we can
Sujit
already see
and Anurag,
tomorrow
yeah.
morning Sydney Herald's headlines.
TST
Bro,
says.
I mean,
Yeah.
so Vijit, another clarity from your end. Have you ever seen, someone in the recent past, someone actually being warned for bowling too many short deliveries? मुझे तो नहीं पता चला कि there was any umpire warning the Australians when Shami's hand was fractured, when Jadeja's hand was fractured,
Natarajan,
when
man,
all of the
Natarajan.
things happened. Yeah, I mean, what the hell? Should we stop having short deliveries? Is it?
I love
I don't
Steve
know.
Connor.
I love this calm, quiet response to this particular statement because it is true. It is true. I did not quite appreciate that fact that he was actually told then कि नहीं भाई, थोड़ा ज़्यादा हो रहा है. So that is not the point, right? I mean, you play to the merit of the ball, whatever the ball is. If you think it's too high, call it a wide, call it a no ball, whatever you want.
Yeah.
But you can't really go around telling the bowlers what you want them to do. But yeah, we'll just take a few more comments and then I'll come to Manish. कल आखिरी दिन है अब नवजीवन भैया.
Oh, thank you.
Let's hope after this when we're doing this particular live in the afternoon tomorrow that's a jubilant live and
Yeah.
I don't know what happens but yeah I want it to rain tomorrow but not during the match but after it gets over just like it
So
happened in
Bollywood.
Iran after we
So
won.
Bollywood, man. So
Can't take out
Bollywood.
the Bollywood from an Indian, like.
Yeah, yeah. You can't take the cricket out. You can't
Look,
take the
Manish
Bollywood
वैसा
out.
catch हो गया on the boundary line. Labuschagne or Smith, someone there on the boundary takes a catch, celebrates, yeah, and then नीचे, and then
Yeah.
then
You
we
just couldn't
learn.
resist, right? Bhavya?
You
You
had
just
to.
couldn't
You had to
resist.
put Labusche in there, right? Like, you had to
Had
put
to.
Labusche.
Bro, even if he's standing in the slip ना, अगर बॉल हवा में गई वो भाग के जाएगा वहां तक. His energy levels are unbelievable. I mean, I wish if there is one thing to be learned from Manas Labuschagne, it's his irresistible energy. Of course.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Irresistibly, irritatingly crazy energy. Yep.
Yeah.
see, he would be lovely if you have him on your team. You would hate to play against him. He's
Yeah.
that kind of a player. So
He really
you
is.
have to
Yeah.
give him credit for that. Yeah,
Yeah.
and his passion for the game is infectious. So
Yeah.
can't
Yeah.
wait for tomorrow's review once India wins. Milind. Well, as I said yesterday, inshallah, boys
That's
shall play
good.
well.
That's what.
Everybody will be doing a Saurav Ganguly right here if that happens.
No,
No,
I'm sorry. I don't have the
No, no,
physics
no,
for it.
no, no.
Yeah.
I don't think the few viewers we get, I don't think we'll even get that.
Yeah.
If we started
We'll
doing
lose
anything
70
like that.
subscribers immediately.
Indian players
Uh,
with 60 plus runs, 7 plus wickets, 2 plus catches in a test match. Shardul Thakur versus Australia, Brisbane 2021. End
End of
of
the
list.
list.
End of the list.
Beautiful.
Wow.
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 What a beautiful. I would just call it a debut because 10 deliveries isn't really a
Yeah.
debut. Rightly said, KD. The whole of India is our very own Anfield. Sadly, can't mention Old Trafford in the category.
Okay.
He made me happy with this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but he's a United fan, so he means to say that we get points at Anfield. So get
I
that.
think with
No,
Shivam,
I
the intention is never really right with Shivam's comments. So
Yeah.
Milind wishing me thank you so much, Milind. Thank you. Najivan saying, will both the teams be having an eye on the World Test Championship, or will both the teams
interesting.
be having the World Test Championship on their minds tomorrow? Of course, they would, considering England's victory over Sri Lanka, which sort of was rubber stamped on the very first day in itself. That as Mickey Arthur himself called it, that lethargic and extremely irresponsible batting performance from the Sri Lankan batsmen in the first innings. So definitely they'll be eyeing the World Test Championship and the finals and all sorts of permutations and combinations. That's what Subhajit also spoke about, right? It would be lovely if India could pull off a victory, but they wouldn't want to come back with a loss. And to be very, very honest, let's be very blunt, the two results that can come out tomorrow are either a draw or an Australian victory. It's very difficult to chase 324 on the last day,
Yeah.
98 or whatever we may get with respect to rain. If there's a moment, if there is a moment I test cricket to take a punt, then in test cricket to take a punt, then this is it. Let punt him
Also,
go
Kushagra, just a
and
small
tell
stat.
him,
Just a small stat. In this entire series, no team has scored over 300 runs in a single day.
wow, wow.
Yeah.
And I don't think
In
we're
this
going to
series.
see that start tomorrow. So let him
Yeah.
go and tell him to have a crack at it. That is punt. Amit, you never know. You never know if that happens. It will be a very very interesting session, isn't it?
Yeah.
A, a non-continuous rain tomorrow could be double-edged sword for Team India. Any thoughts? I think you're right. I think that even that continuous, breaks in play that would happen. It would break the confidence. Sorry, not confidence. I'd say the
Rhythm.
concentration of the batsman there on the
Yeah.
pitch, and
Yeah.
constantly going in and going out, going in and out of the dugout is never really comfortable for batsmen. So it could have a negative impact. As per script, different heroes have emerged in each test for India. Boom, Ash, Jinx, Siraj, Thakur, Nattu, Washi, Pant, Che, Hanuma have all been heroes. Agreed, man. I think all of them. I think if we've missed out on any player, I think all of the touring party has been heroes. All the 20 players who have actually played this series, and even the players who unfortunately sat on the sidelines. All of them, the team spirit in this Indian team is unbelievably good. So
Yeah.
fantastic. Only Rohit, Gill, and Mayank are due. If Rohit bats through first session, it's game on. Brace yourself for something special.
But,
मुझे ना ऐसी फीलिंग आ रही है देयर इज अ पॉइंट टू प्रूव फॉर मिस्टर शर्मा जी का
yeah.
बेटा कल कुछ करने वाला है एंड आई होप आई एम नॉट जिंक्सिंग दिस फैक्ट कि वो पहली बॉल पे एज आउट आई होप दैट डजंट
I
हैपन
will kill
बट
you.
मुझे लग आई लव योर कॉन्फिडेंस सुभिजीत शर्मा जी के बेटे के साथ ही होना चाहिए
He's looking too solid. He's looking too compact. I mean, I don't
yeah
see him.
Yeah.
just last two comments, then I'll come to you, Sujit and Manish, to you as well. A few of Australian batsmen can also learn a bit of batting from Manas Labuschagne. True. So I think he's been head and shoulders the best batsman in the series from both
Yeah.
sides. He's been fantastic, and it just shows that he's been how consistent he's been. That up until this innings, he actually had more runs than Don Bradman in his first three Test matches at the Gabba. So just see the kind of elite company he's keeping. Even after this particular innings, he has more runs than Don Bradman had in his first three Tests at the Gabba. So it's unbelievable that particular stat. And also coming to you, Manish, then I'll go to Sujit right after that. First of all, what a brilliant advert for Test cricket this particular series has been, right? Because the level of interest in Brisbane weather is so high that Google Weather, the app, has crashed in India.
Okay, this is something which I wasn't aware of, but it just shows, like we keep hearing this Test cricket is dying down. Test cricket is not that fun. Test cricket is not really, for everyone who has ever said that, in the past couple of months after watching all the IPL and all, this is a slap on the face on all of them. If you keep saying that, Test cricket just keeps on delivering and delivering, and it's gonna continue. Google app crashing. Okay, that's something which I didn't expect it, but it shows the amount of interest that we're generating. Like everyone is hooked onto phone. 4 baje kya hone wala hai, 5 baje ka weather kya hai. I was one of them. I didn't realize that I was responsible for that.
Good boy.
Being
Very minorly, partly responsible for it. Yeah.
exactly
Yeah.
in my own way, but it just shows that the quality of cricket that both the teams have produced. We can talk about India being brilliant, but let's not take any credit away from Australians. They have been brilliant in their own sense. In all the 4 Test matches, you get a really good Test series when you have equal competitors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the way you're gonna get that amount of interest. So kudos to both the team for keeping the amount of interest in Test cricket alive and producing such
Yeah.
magical performances over the past couple of months. This whole series has been something which you're gonna cherish, especially because you're seeing a series after this whole lockdown period. We had the IPL, but a proper series between two really brilliant teams. So kudos to both the teams, and let's just hope the final day, the final chapter is as beautiful as it has been so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is
Kushagra, that crashing, the weather crashing thing that you've talked about, it happened last time. I think the city was Manchester, India Pakistan game.
Oh, come
The
Yeah.
on.
weather was
I knew
was
you were
very
gonna talk about it. Those 2 horrible days, bro.
yeah, bro. I mean, every day I was searching for the weather conditions, and I'm so glad that very day was the only day in a span of 2 months Manchester did not receive like as much rain as it did. God exists. Yeah.
Anyway, Shivam says, so Smriti, this is something that I mentioned, when the test series started, right? When we got to know that Rohit will play the final 2 test matches. This is something I'd stated कि Gabba की pitch जो है वो अच्छा bounce देती है, and Rohit loves to play the balls on the up and loves to play the ball, hook pull, and as he mentioned, the other day in the post match presser, right, that is his shot that has got him a lot of runs.
Yeah.
I don't know if he get a 200, if he even needs to get a 200, but if
Yeah.
he
If
gets
he
like a
does.
one, if he gets like 100, 150, just the impact that will have, on the Aussies there. So you got to think, that will really, really, let the, set the cat free amongst the pigeons or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, we all hope for a 200, 150 from Rohit. And again, like I mentioned this, 2 nights before as well, that I was not really very happy with Rohit's comments,
Yeah.
what he said, because sometimes it's also, I mean, you might play, like Ricky Ponting made a very good statement about Rohit. He said that converting those starts is what probably differentiates a good player to
From a
a
great
great
player.
player.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that is good. So again, I mean, the greatness of a player also lies in gauging the situation, analyzing it, and because, like, Shardul Thakur made a very funny comment yesterday, like when he was asked that, whether he was looking to hit the six over long off. So he said, "मैं बेवकूफ हूँ क्या वहाँ पे long off है, the six क्यों मारूं?" So it's
Yeah.
cricket, and again, I mean, we should be really thankful to our bowlers कि हम इतने अच्छे position में हैं match पे. But
Yeah.
batting is our strength in this particular test, and that is what I think. And uh, Rohit Sharma, like, he looked very solid. We all hope that he
Yeah.
gets to that. He's quite capable. We know what he can do on his particular day. I mean, 98 odd overs में 320 330 रन क्या है, कुछ नहीं है. It's
Yeah.
great. We hope that they will play, but
Yeah.
at the same time, to be very honest, that it's I'm not really very sure against this particular bowling attack. What would the approach be? But once he's set, like I mentioned, that if 1.5 sessions goes India's way, then you never know. I mean, Indians will run away. I mean, with Rohit, in the crease, he's going to run away with the match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Man,
he's
sometimes,
very much.
Kushagra, during press conferences, we've always said, right? Honesty is not always the best policy in press conferences. And I feel Rohit is partially guilty of it because you look at any press conference gives, right? It's very candid, it's very honest, it's very outspoken in a sense. जैसे कि you remember that Dhoni wala incident कि people were asked how will you celebrate Dhoni's birthday? They were like यार birthday है
Photo
क्या करेंगे?
भेजेंगे.
केक वेक काटेंगे फोटो भेजेंगे आपको. The Pakistan one where he says that अगर मैं कभी
अभी क्या
पाकिस्तान
बता.
में बैटिंग
You remember ESPN made a rap out of it. अभी क्या बताऊंगा. Yeah.
अभी क्या
Become
बताऊंगा.
and then the thing is, his sense of humor is very dry,
Yeah.
so he's very, 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 stone faced when he's telling, he's joking or something like that. So that is hilarious. And, you know, I mean, it is going to be a tricky day tomorrow. कल, Nathan Lyon भी काफी effective हो सकता है Australia के लिए, because again, with the up and down bounce on the pitch and the variation with respect to the cracks and everything else, and then of course उनके जो fast bowlers हैं, they will test our batsmen out. That's why I'm sort of glad that बारिश आज शाम हो गई जिस time पे हुई, because I really did not want India to lose any wickets when going into the close of play.
Yeah.
I know 25 ओवर अगर बैटिंग करते तो करीब 60-70 रन बन सकते थे, बट एट द कॉस्ट ऑफ 2 wickets अगर वो होता, which जो कि we've seen throughout this series of us giving them handing them back the initiative, so then
Yeah.
it really wouldn't have, it wouldn't have been great. And Pratmesh, as you were mentioning about Rohit, and even I'll come to Anurag with this as well. If this happens, I too am flipping tables. I'm saying it again. If Rohit throws it away tomorrow, I'm flipping tables. Amit, there are more than tables that are going to be flipped. People are going to flip people of the world. People are going to flip out of their minds. Cars will overturn on
I'm
the road out of
yeah,
sheer anger.
You will witness a
I'm
virtual
going to be
earthquake
worried.
on social media.
Yeah, I'm going to be like worried for the people
Tomorrow,
who
Twitter.
live
Yeah.
downstairs.
I,
Pratmesh, your
I,
internet is
I
really,
think
really
I think
amazing today.
there's a lag.
Yeah.
There's a lag. We couldn't hear
Yeah.
you. We couldn't hear you. What are you saying again?
Yeah. I just said I'm going to be worried for the people who live downstairs. Like it's anyway a difficult one for me when
Noisy
the people
friends,
upstairs make noise. So now the people downstairs are going to face what I'm facing. So that's going to be difficult for them.
Yeah. I'll just read a few comments. Anurag, I'll come to you with this. Do we expect a cracking day five? Yeah, Vishal. And again, I think
There's
this is
the
the first time
sunrise
I'm
from the
reading your
east.
comment.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vishal is from the east. I'm just this is the first time I think I'm reading your comment. Thank you so much for watching. Do hit the subscribe button and the bell icon if you are new, and do share this video around if you like our content. Amit with the few Amit with the few stats as he's going to give us. World Test Championship rankings now 73.8 Australia, 70.2 India, 70 is New Zealand. This is points per game if I'm not wrong, right? So
Yeah.
so of course this is the win
Different.
percentage.
There's percentage.
Yeah,
Yes, the
win
percentage.
percentage. Yes, sorry. Win percentage. So all right. So it's close. It's close. It's very close. And if India is able to get a victory, or even for that matter, even get a draw for that matter in this last Test match, and if Australia don't win all their matches in South Africa, and if India do manage to beat England 2 or 3-0 in that Test series, things can just flip
He will
and
beat them for
flip
me.
about 4-0. Yeah, I honestly feel, Suvajit, I'm just being a little conservative. I feel 4-0 because ना मुझे श्रीलंकन bowling में ऐसे कोई धार दिख रही है, ना श्रीलंकन बैटिंग में ऐसे कोई responsibility दिख रही है. I agree. Lahiru Thirumalai batted very well in the second innings. For that matter, Angelo Matthews also did.
India have won 28 tests and lost one in the last 8 years at home. So it's like an unreal win ratio that we have at home.
Yeah.
That is
And that one is in
That
Pune, right?
one, that one is in
अरे
Wankhede, if
कहना
I'm not
पुणे
wrong.
खेला ही मत करो यार.
Yeah.
Pune, that Pune,
Pune.
yeah.
The
Acha,
Wankhede
acha,
happened
Wankhede,
long
yes.
time ago. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Of course,
2012.
ऑस्ट्रेलिया ही
Yeah,
तो
yeah.
था. ऑस्ट्रेलिया था.
Okay.
Yeah.
that O'Keefe game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Steve
Steve Willow.
Karaoke. I'm sorry. Why did I say karaoke? Flawed.
Kerry is in
Karaoke
the
is
commentary.
the
It's a
commentator.
commentator. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah.
He was also in the
Yeah.
news for the railway canteen
Yeah.
comment
Mayank Agarwal. Yeah. Last time around.
last series.
Yeah.
Ah,
Irrespective.
what do you say? Yeah. Irrespective of the result, both the teams should be proud of cricket they played, let alone Aussie behavior in various incidents. Let's wait and see which way match turns tomorrow. Fingers crossed. That's what we're talking about, Vishnu. This has been a brilliant advert for Test cricket, and this particular comment by Vishal. Pant is a die-hard fan of Spider-Man. For our viewers who may have missed it, I
I
don't know how many
cracked
missed
up
it. If you
the
have,
moment I heard that. I was
yeah,
absolutely losing
I
my
was
mind.
crying with laughter. Spider-Man, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. टूटा मेरे दिल का चैन.
The most
We'll never
desi
see
thing
टूटा
was
है मेरे दिल
He
का
will not
चैन.
do that again.
yeah, I hope it doesn't. That's too much of a desi
भाई
thing to do.
भाई ऋषभ पंत की banter behind the stumps is
It's
funnier than any
unbelievable.
comedy show on TV. ठीक है, it is funnier than any stand-up comic you can go and actually watch on Netflix, or if you're watching them live, you're lucky enough to do that. He is box office. That boy is box office.
And everything unintended, huh? Everything.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
he doesn't care. He's just natural. He's just natural. वो गा रहा है अपने आप को ही गा रहा है.
Yeah.
He knows now.
Come on, Ash. Come on, Ash. Come on, Ash.
You know where Australia lost the 2018 series. The moment he called Tim Payne the temporary captain, he got
Temporary
under the skin of Payne. The moment he did that, who would have dared to done that? Imagine.
I think Manish is having a few internet issues. I hope he'll be
Yeah.
back soon.
Yeah.
Varun says after tomorrow we'll have to wait 15 days for the England series to start. 15 days would be like 15 weeks. Test cricket is the best cricket. Agreed,
Yes.
Varun. Matlab, there is nothing like watching a team grind out 90 overs. And then, I honestly cannot wait for this England team to come to India. I cannot wait for Test cricket to come back to India. It seems like it's been 2 years of no Test cricket in India. 2019, we did not have Test cricket in India.
No, we had
Yeah.
South Africa series. We had
What?
South Africa.
Yeah, South Africa series. Yeah. No, I think that was
Very
end of
early.
20. Yeah, South Africa series we had.
Yeah.
2019
But I know
Bangladesh came.
it's not.
Both were like minnow bashing. So
Yeah, exactly. It feels
Yeah.
like there's been no test cricket because both the South Africa and Bangladesh series were minnow bashings. So, so I would love for England to come. And इतना जो हम लोग England जाते रहते हैं अभी तो, in fact we're playing England 9 times this year. We'll probably get sick of looking at Joe Root. I hope we get to see him walk back to the pavilion a lot of times.
Yeah.
But given this, is there any sense of having points in WTC when the positions are based on percentages now? I don't know really. I mean, that's a very good question, but I don't know exactly. Suvjit, if you want to comment on this.
yes, so because like if you lose a game, so basically it's the how they are calculating the percentage is the number of points that you are getting from each series, each match divided by the number of points available. So I mean,
Yeah.
again, if you're drawing a match, you are getting
Yeah.
points for it. So
Okay.
that is the reason I think it makes a lot of sense to
The
get
max
some
number of points we can achieve is 60, right?
from a test win in in Australia is since it's a fourth test series, it's 30 points.
Yeah.
30,
Okay.
Yeah.
30 points per series, right?
30 points
Okay.
each test.
30
So
points per match.
oh yeah, sorry. Yeah. Each
Yeah.
match.
And
30 points. So
Yeah. So basically, it is 120 points allocated to a series, and
For every
depending
series.
upon the number of matches, it
Yeah.
varies per match. Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
why
Yeah.
that's why New Zealand are always in advantageous position because
Yeah.
of the
The Prithvi list.
so
तीन टेस्ट खेलते हैं बेचारे.
Yeah, or also, Sujit, I also wanted to know, and me and Anurag were discussing this a few days back. Have New Zealand played at all, away beyond Sri Lanka in this WTC? Have they
overseas
travelled at all?
they were supposed to travel to Bangladesh, but that series again,
Australia, I remember.
they
I
did
remember. They lost very
Australia,
badly.
yeah, they went to Sri Lanka and
They lost
they
there
also,
as well. I think they drew the series. They lost the series, right? In Sri Lanka?
it was a draw, I think. I believe.
Was it a 1-all draw? Yeah, it was 1-all draw.
I'll check for it. I'll check for it.
It was a draw, I believe, and Bangladesh was supposed to go this year, but that does not happen. But in the next World Test Championship, this thing they are coming to India. They are also going to England.
हाँ यार मतलब I mean I agree आप घर पे खेल रहे हो घर पे तो जीत ही रहे हो and they've been stunning for those conditions but I would think if they come to India or if they go to say for that matter if they go to Pakistan now or if they go to Sri Lanka now they'll find it very tough because I don't see them having those quality spinners
But
still.
if you see it's not too long back, like around 2 years back, they are one of the very few teams who have gone to UAE and have beaten them.
Yeah, I remember. But I would think
Yeah.
UAE or Pakistan there'll be a bit of a difference in the pitches. I think there, and I think these Asian teams at home, except for now Sri Lanka, who are really disappointing me right now. But these Asian teams
Yeah.
generally do well at home. So we'll see. We'll just carry on with a few comments here. Easy, as Pant says. I hope that is the story of the day tomorrow. Yeah.
इससे ना एक मेरे को एक याद आया. It was Rahul Dravid, Wasim Jaffer, and MS Dhoni. The three of them were bantering in Marathi in a test match in Mumbai. I don't remember which was the opposition team, but they were all bantering in Marathi, and nobody could understand. I don't know how Dhoni understands things, but for Jaffer, yeah, he's from Mumbai. Rahul Dravid के ससुराल नागपुर है, तो
Rahul
pretty.
He's a Marathi guy living in
Marathi,
Kolkata.
Yeah.
Karnataka, yeah.
Karnataka, right? He's a
So,
Marathi. Yeah.
Yeah, so then it was fun to hear that, but after that, yeah, Rishabh Pant just stepped it up to a different level, man. I mean, that
He's the
temporary
king of
captain is good. Yeah, I'm pretty sure now Tim Payne will be, accepting him with open arms for Hobart Hurricanes. Like, bhai, aaja tu yaar.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for Tim Payne, I don't think Rishabh Pant will ever play in the BBL, so it's fine.
Yeah. Test match is
Vishal
more
says,
interesting.
Yeah, Vishal says it's very hard to fill the place like Bumrah, Shami and Kohli. Hats off to the debutants. Agreed, Vishal. I mean, हम लोग बोल के थक गए कि as was mentioned in the chat a little while earlier as well. It never seemed like कि ये लोग debut कर भी रहे थे. It seemed like ये लोग seasoned professionals थे, seasoned cricketers थे, and they've been fantastic. Every series, as Amit confirms, is 120 points. Varun says petition to make Gordon Gavaskar trophy a 5-match test series too from next time. I don't know when will we do that because at least Australia we should play 5 matches. Australia जब इंडिया आती है
करते
उनको
हैं
भी 5 matches खेलने चाहिए because the more of this fantastic cricket you see, that is better. Though in this particular series I'm happy we don't have 5 because I think we would have had to forfeit the last match. Players ही नहीं होते
Yeah.
हमारे फॉरफिट करना पड़ता है या फिर एक्चुअली टीम मैनेजमेंट या शिखर धवन जो which I thought he might have been in Australia but वो तो एसमैट खेल रहा है तो so we really did not have any players left. Why does NZ play New Zealand play a 2 to 3 test match series at home? Any particular reason? Shivam, that is quite an interesting stat because regardless of whosoever visits them, they never really play more than 3 test matches. I've not. It's been ages since I saw more than a 3 test match series in New Zealand. And
Kushal,
it
for
definitely
this I
has
have
to
only
go.
one thing. For this I have only one thing. Ting 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 ting. You fill in the rest.
I totally didn't get it. Is it
It's the
fine?
scam. The scam
Scam, thing.
title song.
That's Cam's theme music. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
perhaps the
So
worst
basically,
rendition possible. So good job. Yeah. Yeah.
X.
this test series beats movies and web series. It had everything: action, drama, emotion, heartbreaks, hitting rock bottom, rising from the ashes, knockouts, twists and turns, and dot dot
Yes.
dot dot dot. Amit, you're right, and as he says, tomorrow's the grand finale of the final season. It really
Yes.
is.
Let's hope it's a Breaking Bad finish, man, not a Game of Thrones finish. I can't take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
4 results possible, all 4 results.
Yeah.
Finally,
Yeah.
Tied match. Imagine
Tied
Sujit
match.
if you end up at 327. Like it's going to be pissing off. Like because there's going to be a second tight test between these two countries, and
Yeah.
it would
I'm,
be
I
just like
don't think I
Maninder
will be
Singh
able
all
to
those
take
years back.
it. I'm
Sorry.
aging. I'm aging. I think I'll be strong enough to take it.
I agree.
Oh God.
I don't know.
Navjeevan says T20 versus Test. Which
यार
which
क्या
one do you
बकचोद
guys
है
feel?
यार
मतलब
ये
you
सब
know the
सवाल मत
answer.
पूछा
Why would
करो
you do
यार.
that?
ये
You
सब
know,
सवाल
Well,
मत
well,
पूछा करो.
Harsha Bogle in the commentary said today, if you don't like Test cricket, you don't like life because Test cricket in itself is life, which was so
yeah, he
rightly
says
put.
that a lot, right? Test cricket
Yeah,
is like
so
life. It
beautifully
tests
put.
you in every manner.
Yeah,
But Navjeevan means sarcasm with his emojis.
I know,
So
I
yeah.
know, I know, I know, I know.
yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
Navjeevan, it's hands down. It's for Test cricket. Of course, our that is the kind of cricket we want to see.
He pointed out the
Exactly.
real reason actually for why New Zealand not getting enough.
Don't get much coverage due to huge time difference for most. I feel. I think
Of-
Navjeevan, that's a very good point. It's a
yeah.
very, very good point.
You know, Amazon had to come into actually, the telecast, the broadcast rights are with Amazon right now, if I'm not wrong. And, that is
Yes.
the
Yeah.
problem with, the Sony 10, they don't want to do it. Star don't want to do it. It's been sort of a, you know, um, I think, yeah, that could be a good reason. The-
Yeah. Amit says New Zealand. Oh, sorry. New Zealand, West Indies don't play bigger Test series because of economic viability. Yeah, agreed. I think they would rather have 7 to 8 T20 matches against an opponent than to have actually 4 Test matches.
Yeah.
Apart from series against big three, they lose money. Yeah, I mean that
Yeah.
is quite true,
Yeah.
and that was the case for Australia as well, right? Cricket Australia was in dire states. Had this Test series been cancelled, had India actually not gone, something like $300 million were riding on this particular Test series for Cricket Australia. So it's quite a significant amount, and you
Thankfully
know
we went. So they should thank
I've,
us.
I've loved I've loved each and every day of this tour. From the
Yeah.
hard quarantining to the Rohit Sharma Virat Kohli nonsense to the twins with hundreds in the first two one days. Then India staging a comeback in the third. That faulty concussion sub that India apparently took, and all of that. Though it's the ignition, the spark has always been there. The fuse has been lit in this series, and even the 36 all out. I think the series has mirrored life, right? Anurag,
Yeah.
you talked about Harsha Bhogle. I think it's not just Test cricket; it's this particular series that is mirrored live. So we've all had a great time this particular series. There are a couple more comments there. Test, ODI, and T20 in that particular order, Navjeevan, should be the same for every cricket fan. If not, then it means supporting Liverpool or Manchester United. All right, Shivam. Yes, there was a big match last night. We know it was a nil-all
Yeah.
draw, and
Top of the league? Yeah. Okay.
we'll
There is,
surely talk about it.
behind that smile of Manish, I can almost see 100 different galis coming out of him.
Oh God, this has suddenly become a United
Yeah.
fan channel in that sense.
Let's
No,
not.
If
Yeah.
I'm not wrong, Subhajit is also a United fan. Like he doesn't follow much football, I guess. But I've seen one photo of you wearing a United
Yes.
shirt.
I
Yeah.
used
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
back in the David Beckham, Ruud van Nistelrooy, even Rooney. I mean, till 2012-13, till basically you can say till Ferguson.
still Ferguson. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
So after that,
Yeah.
I've following more
you
interest.
switched off at the right time, friend.
precisely.
I know when you get
Yeah,
married, you get
Uh,
older.
yeah.
There are other
uh,
stress that you need to handle.
Can't say I can relate, but yeah.
yeah. Varun says,
Probably in 10
GG,
years' time.
this is fantastic. Like this is a different
Hi.
Aussie Man Diaz
Breaking
Breaking Bad
Bad.
waiting. All right. Uh, this is for whom that's suspense.
I've never watched Breaking Bad, so I can't relate.
No, it's probably
Oh,
the
you should give it a watch.
best
Yeah,
ever series.
fantastic show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
All in sarcasm, guys. I think, Navjeevan, I think Pratmesh pointed that out. I also felt, with your emojis right after this, it'll be
Yeah.
Yeah.
fantastic. Look at this comment. India to win in
India to
Foggy
win
time.
in
Come
Foggy
on,
time.
man. Like,
Let's call it
all
overtime,
right.
and let's move
I'm
on.
I'm telling you, I do not have the heart. Subhajit saying it is a different thing. I'm a freaking 22-year-old coming out. I cannot take that, man. That's way too much. That's I hope
Yeah.
whatever happens. Okay,
What
sorry.
is Foggy time, bro? That extended half an hour.
Yeah.
It's like that last over. That test match between Pakistan
Oh,
and Australia,
God.
where
I can't do
Tim
that.
Payne
Yeah.
had to face that 1 over.
I
Yeah.
think we'll have to delay the live because I will need to take my own BP and stuff like that after that.
Yeah, if
Because
that happens, I can't take it.
that late in the day.
Yeah. So guys, if that happens, the live will be at 2 o'clock then. So we need extra
Yeah,
Yeah,
half
I
an
can't.
hour.
I can't do what the tell. I'll need time to breathe because I'll be running around the house shouting. So
Yeah.
yeah, so,
yeah,
best time to start watching United again, Subhajit. So that's Varun's suggestion for you.
Yeah.
Shivam
we,
agreeing with Atul. Absolutely, Atul. Vishal, look at the confidence. Vishal, draw or win. मतलब भाई ने loss consider ही नहीं किया. ऑस्ट्रेलिया तो जीत ही नहीं सकती.
yeah,
Lovely, Vishal. Love your confidence. Also, I think this is the first time I'm seeing you on the comments as well. As I've said to the others, please do make sure that you subscribe to the channel and you do press the bell icon.
hashtag personal marketing on point.
Bro, I am learning. I've been
Yeah,
told this.
Mohan
कि
sir is
थोड़ा
proud
बोल
of
दिया
us
अगर
now.
channel के बारे में.
I'm very proud. Yeah,
Mohan sir is proud.
yeah,
Yeah. India versus Australia. Venugopal says, first of all, very warm hello to Venugopal. Hope you're doing well. India versus Australia is the new India versus Pakistan of this era. High quality and high octane cricket. And of
absolutely.
course, Australia have done their best to make sure that sledging की कोई कमी नहीं है जो इंडिया से पाकिस्तान में गाली गलौज चलती थी. वो यहाँ पे भी पूरी है.
Shahid Afridi, Gautam Gambhir.
Yeah.
Oh God! I still remember this elbow. Can you see my elbow? Yeah, I still remember him running like this.
I remember Dhoni doing this to Mustafizur in against the Bangladesh game.
Which is not something which matters, but again, yeah.
Yeah.
Sujit,
It was, no, elbow se yaad hai. It was fun.
yeah, Sujit, yeah,
Sujit, you were saying something.
I'm saying that I absolutely agree with Venu, and if you see for the last 22 years or so, maybe you can say that ever since the Border Gavaskar Trophy started, I mean it's been India versus Australia right from the start. But the kind of quality series that both the teams, there were those heartbreaks in 1999 and 2011.
7, 8, 11, 7.
2013
7,
when
8 as well.
Yeah.
so it was again a very closely contested series, which India
Yeah.
could have won, actually. But
Should have
2013,
won, in all honesty. But yeah.
so in 2013 when they were whitewashed in India, But apart from that, all the series were like really really top class series. And I mean, any day I think India and Australia should play. I mean, I think none of us would mind if there is an annual Border Gavaskar Trophy and we get to watch
Absolutely right.
uh, every year because it's
I
fantastic.
mean,
Yeah,
it won't be good
because
for our
maybe
hearts if it's an annual thing. That's there. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Man, I wanna see the Vishal's
Just,
comment first, right? Right. This
Vishal's
is the
comment.
one. Yeah, Justin
Justin
Langer is ready
Langer
for
is ready
the
for another documentary.
uh,
He's got enough content, bro. He's got enough
Uh,
content. And
you
Gopal coming back to the 2017 series in India was also top class. Agreed.
Yeah.
no,
It was top
the
class.
Bangalore test, the
Unfortunately,
comeback. Yeah. My
The
yeah,
comeback in
goodness.
unfortunately,
Bangalore,
few
yeah.
few brains were fading in that series, but it was top
Yeah.
class. It was.
The Ishan Sharma
Coming back to
bombing.
So yeah,
we
Sujit.
can suggest Justin Langer a couple of titles for the new web series, maybe Royally Tested or Another Test. Something.
Untested.
who, India can actually send him a nice message and I can tag it with the I think Britney Spears song "Oops, I Did It Again."
Yeah.
We are
Yeah.
getting good song references today, starting from Rishabh Pant and then ending with Kuchag.
Yeah,
Nice.
he says he's with Vishal, of course. Yeah, he's with Vishal that he will either draw or win. It could be a drin. It could be a drin that you could actually end up drawing but feeling so satisfied.
Anurag
Shivam says,
face.
"Look at
Anurag
this!
face.
Look at this! It's like Ben Stokes and Leach finish KD. I
No,
mean,
man. No,
यार
please.
नहीं
I,
मैं क्यों आराम से
bro.
जीत जाते हैं ना यार अगर जीतना ही है आराम से जीतो क्यों क्यों मतलब इतना हैट एंड माउथ और ना मतलब लिटरली खून के आंसू आ रहे हैं उससे जीत रहे हो तो ऐसा नहीं
चश्मा
होना
वाला
चाहिए
कोई नहीं है यार. That's the worst part. We don't have a player who wears specs. Otherwise, it would have been really
I
funny
think
in
जर्सी को
between all
स्पेक्स
the
पहन के आना
tension.
पड़ेगा
You are worried about specs. Have you seen the only tailender who's a left-handed and how he bats Natarajan? You expect it to a leech. It's tough. Due respect to the guy. I mean, it's too much to expect, man. Chill.
So
Yeah,
you
yeah.
guys knew about the Natarajan batting stat, right?
Yeah,
Natarajan, he hadn't scored a run in his last 10 first class innings, 5
yeah,
ducks, 5-0 not outs, and
yeah.
then he took in to be Test cricket, where he finally.
Wow.
I mean,
wonderful
That's a good
and
stat. That's a good
yeah,
stat.
Natarajan is another player I feel along with Siraj who will definitely have a future in Indian Test cricket as well because the very fact that he brings a variety to the bowling attack with him being a left armer still feel he could use more he could be used more by Rahane. I felt like Rahane should have used him more against the tailenders with the
it
kind
adds
of
to the
Yorkers
bench
that
strength, doesn't it, Kushagra? Like it's important to
yeah
have a good bench. I think this series was a good example.
Yeah.
Yeah. Varun says, looks like Stark has some injury, won't be able to bowl again. Not sure if it is true. I would actually want Stark to bowl again because Stark हमें runs दे रहा है. So I wouldn't mind if he were to not bowl again, if he were to bowl again. But I would
Ali
hope
Sahil
that
is never subscribing to this channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I don't
Virat
think
will.
I don't think that was
Virat
ever
will.
on our to-do list
On the
ever
cards.
anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at Atul. Always the rain on our party, right? मैंने किया है loss consider. हाँ, तूने तो किया ही था. तूने तो बोला भी था loss. So you've been spot on. This is one place I hope you're not right. But
Yeah.
it's been a wonderful performance by India, and we're just hoping that particular vein of performance and vein of form for India continues in the final day as well. Navjeevan asks, Amir coming back out of reteirement.
There was
I
terms
don't
and
think.
conditions applied. He did mention that
Yeah,
if
I
the
don't
management
think I
thinks
don't
he will.
think PCB will accept
Without
it.
management.
But I don't think this team management will survive if Pakistan don't actually win the South Africa Test series, which I think will not
Yeah.
be very easy. Guys, we will have a preview for the Pakistan South Africa series and the tour of Pakistan for South Africa. We'll definitely do a preview for that, and we'll talk more about Amir and the controversies surrounding the Pakistan cricket team management. In that particular video. Venugopal again. Australians have definitely improved their Indian Punjabi vocabulary over the years. We don't miss Pakistan anymore. Brisbane Test affecting WTC final. He's given us the permutations combinations. If India wins, India need to beat England 2-0 to qualify into the final. India draws, India need to beat England 3-0 to qualify into the final. India lose, India need to beat England 4-0 to qualify into the finals. So basically, Manish, basically हम लोग finals जा ही रहे हैं.
फाइनल वैसे भी जा रहे हैं.
Let's save the content for the for the England series.
I'll just finish off with the last few comments. Then I'll just come for the final word to all of you. For what is it, again, as we do always? What is your hope, and what does your own personal pie chart say tomorrow with respect to the session?
What is going to be the most important day?
Yeah,
for the 700th time?
as he has said for the past, I don't know, four tests, right? Past 19 days, right?
Yeah.
India versus Australia in cricket, El Clasico, United versus Liverpool, Milan Derby, and many more. Yeah, it's right up there at the top with respect to top sporting events in the world. When, where, and how will WTC final be played? What's the scenario for that? Now, Jeevan, just go through Amit's comment.
It's at Lords. Yeah.
It's at Lords. It's in the summer. It's in, I think, June or July. I'm not entirely sure what the dates are. Sorry, Sujit, we couldn't get you there. Sorry.
I said, I guess it's June.
Yeah.
June. All right.
इतनी उम्मीद है मुंबई यूनिवर्सिटी से कि भाई फाइनल एग्जाम उस टाइम पे मत रखना यार.
100% होगा. 100% होगा. शर्त लगा सकता हूँ मैं. ऐसे ही होता है.
As if it matters. We've written exam till 1. We've done a live at 1:30.
Yeah.
Prathamesh had his first world problems.
Rohit
Yeah,
listen to Breaking the Habit. Linkin Park reference being dropping here.
As I mentioned at the start of the video.
Was top class, touched the heart. Venugopal says, Sujit, once again, that is fantastic. Brilliant read from you, and it is quite an emotional day for Siraj as well.
Yeah.
You were saying something, Sujit? I think I missed out on something you were saying.
Thanks to everyone. Thanks Venu as well.
Yeah. Rohit to Smith, shadow practice incident. Goali nahi marenge, keh ke.
Man, you guys make me wanna watch Gangs of Wasseypur now.
That particular, incident with Rohit Sharma is so fantastic. वो जबरदस्ती, एकदम होता है ना, वो बदतमीजी होती है ना, जबरदस्ती की. वो था.
उंगली करना बोलते हैं ना, उंगली करना, like ना चाह रहे हो थोड़ा सा ऐसे. Yuzvendra Chahal in specs as a concussion substitute for T. Natarajan. Scenes in Australia then. Oh God. I still read Venugopal in with another comment here. I still feel that Natarajan is a work in progress. He's got some good shape and swing, but definitely needs time to develop his game for the longer format. But definitely shown a lot of heart and promise in whatever opportunities he's got. I agree with you, Venugopal, and also my request to whoever is batting, I hope first of all Natarajan doesn't bat again in Australia at least this year. And then if we do reach that particular state, please don't take singles which will give him the strike. Please keep the strike. The man really didn't want a double, like Mohammad Siraj double. I still remember he was एक रन बाकी, he just given up. छोड़ ना, 3 क्यों ले रहा है? वो दूसरा लेके तीसरे के लिए भाग रहा, तो बॉल आ गई वापस.
Epic brain fade that was.
Yeah.
Shivam says, bye guys, battery dead. Yes, Shivam, we're also leaving in a couple of minutes. Battery dead fun session will join tomorrow. If we win or draw, can't discuss a loss. I think that will be a lot of analysts who will be saying that. Venugopal says all 3 results possible. Yes, as Suji just mentioned, all 4 results possible. It could be a tie. Headline for tomorrow, Rohit Sharma finishes in style. Oh man, if only that were to happen. If Rohit Sharma is there at the end of the day, we've won.
You won, yeah.
If Rohit Sharma is there at the end of the day, we've won. That was the WTC finals qualification part. Venugopal says, thank you so much, for that. 2-0, 3-0, 2-0, 3-0, and 4-0 against England. That is, yeah.
Yep.
And Venugopal, I think we would honestly want 4-0 to ho hi regardless of Brisbane ka result, because we lost. Let's not lose sight of the fact that हम 4 टेस्ट मैच हार के आए थे 2 साल पहले इंग्लैंड में, 3 साल पहले, sorry, 2.5 साल पहले. तो and we have to go there again to play 5 tests in the summer, I think in July, sorry, rainy season. And as Sujit mentioned, अगर WTC final is in June, then that means कि मतलब expect 3 of the 5 days to be rained out anyway. So
Yeah.
प्रथमेश यहाँ तूने जिंक्स कर दिया
I
नवजीवन.
don't know what I did, but okay.
Yeah. Venugopal says the most anticipated tweet of this year would be Michael Vaughan taken for a million series.
We all are
And
waiting.
I'm
with
surprised
that, I'd like
the
to.
number of
Uh,
times he gets it wrong.
Yeah.
yeah,
I think he should keep getting it wrong. I think
Yeah.
yeah.
he's the weird way. He's like a good luck charm. So I'll
Just
start with you, Sujit, and with all
yeah.
with when come to the rest of you guys. I know you got to leave soon. So Sujit, how are you looking at tomorrow? We don't know कितने overs हम लोग को खेलने को मिलेंगे, कितना समय actually match चलेगा, कितनी बारिश हम पे मेहरबान होगी. But ideally speaking, suppose 98 में से we are able to see say 80 overs. And 80 overs roughly means three sessions, right? Like 25, 25 or 30 wala ek session. So
Yeah.
how do you see the three sessions turning out for India and Australia for that matter as well? आपका पाई चार्ट क्या कहता है?
This honestly, Australia. I think Australia will be in some sort of a pressure because again, if Mitchell Stark is carrying a niggle, Pat Cummins we saw he got hit today, and they will also want to be careful. And 80 overs में तो अगर 80 overs होगा तो 320 chasing 320 is very difficult because one man we have not discussed today is Cheteshwar Pujara.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
taking
Precisely.
taking that factor in, I mean, chasing 320 would not be a possibility. I would be very very happy. I'd be celebrating if we draw the match. But I like to do a Michael Vaughan here, and I would say that probably India might go on to lose this match. I don't like saying it but then whatever I have hoped for, uska ulta hua hai. So I've been like
Yeah.
Sydney. I did not actually was expecting that India would uh, manage
Yeah.
to actually, but they did.
You
So yeah,
weren't alone, Subhajit. You weren't alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so same. Adelaide, I was very confident he तो जीतने वाले हैं. But
Adelaide मुझे अपना ground लगने लग गया था थोड़ा थोड़ा.
Yeah.
what happened? I'll do the reverse jinxing thing and probably I'll do a Michael Vaughan this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Hopefully.
just to add to your point, Subhajit, Venugopal says with Pujara at one end, it would be 40 overs and not 80.
Yeah.
You've done that before in Australia. You've done that before in Australia, chasing 320 in 40 overs, but that was a white ball game. So that's the
Guess who
format.
was guess who, the man who did it really, is
Virat.
at home. I hope
Yeah.
he's waiting, he's not eating food these days and he's waiting to feast on those English deliveries in 15 days time. Pratnesh, your own personal pie chart for tomorrow.
My personal pie chart is two sessions India, the first two sessions India, and then the third session. Unfortunately, I have to say this because I have been one of those people responsible for Google deciding to, mess up with their own servers.
Yeah.
It feels like Rain is going to be the third session winner there. But overall, I feel if there is any team that's going to win this test match, it is going to be India. With Pujara, I honestly feel the man understands situation more than anybody else better in this team. And we have seen Pujara not being shy to place shots. We saw that at SCG last time out when he scored was 195 runs. How he was battering the Australian bowlers once he crossed 100. So let's hope that we see Pujara just unleashing a few shots tomorrow. I hope it doesn't come down to Pujara in the first place. I hope कि यार रोहित और शुभमन ही एक सेशन तो एटलीस्ट खेल लें and उसके बाद we see whatever happens. But I can't see anything apart from a draw realistically because of the Met department of Australia, as you said, is way better than the predictions that we get over here. But yeah, let's hope they're wrong for once and we win all three sessions.
Yeah, I mean that would be amazing, isn't it? Manish, with your own personal pie chart.
I mean, we've spoke all about how well India has been and the things that they're done, but we have to be a bit realistic. पांचवें दिन की wicket है. Australian bowler, the best.
Yeah, Tulsi
I
क्या है?
I
Yeah, Tulsi
I
क्या है?
I don't see India winning. My heart says India, but I listen. My brain tells me it's
Yeah,
Logic, yeah.
a draw
logic.
or Australia win because let's be realistic, guys. It's still one of the best bowling attacks that we'll be facing. You know,
Yeah,
First day on a wicket that is starting to show all the demons right now with all those cracks
yeah.
over. Session wise, I believe I'm one India, one Australia, and one shared. But personally, I feel it's gonna be Rain is gonna play spoil sport tomorrow. But
Yeah.
it's gonna be either a draw or Australia win. I want to, with all my heart, see this Indian
Yeah.
team because I'm gonna be doing this Ganguly moment in my, own personal space. I want to do that. you know, but realistically, if I have to say, it looks difficult, for them.
Yeah, it does. It
Man,
does. It does.
Manish, it's good, right? That the Indians who are out there actually playing cricket don't think by logic. They only think, yeah, the apna moment.
Ah,
It's
that,
good.
that,
It's
because it
good.
could be a
Yeah,
double-edged sword. It could be a double-edged sword as well, Anurag, that Subhajit mentioned. If India
Yeah,
do go for a victory, it does open
yeah.
the doors for a
exactly.
defeat. So,
Yeah.
what is your own personal pie chart? What does your own personal pie chart say?
I don't know, man. I think Manish is spot on with what he says in a logical sense that uh, that bowling is just too good, and we can get into as much banter as we want, but the quality that Pat Cummins has shown, that Josh Hazelwood, you can put that 2 into 2 square
Yeah.
on a pitch, and he's gonna bowl there. I think
Yeah,
he can be.
that's what I
He's
said.
found his
Yeah,
spot. There is that crack which Siraj got on to dismiss Steve
yeah,
Smith. He will try and bowl on those channels a lot of times. It's going to be very difficult. But if they have like a late night chat about today's approach, I definitely think Ajinkya Rahane or anyone in that team would be thinking, okay, let's go for a draw like straight away. That is the change in attitude we have seen in this Indian team, and I think we've said that many times,
beautiful.
and that is the reason why I feel they would want to start off on a slightly cautious note.
Yeah.
Rohit would not want to lose his wicket because maybe I think we might see a slightly slower start on the day, and then maybe if they can save wickets, because if you can save wickets in the last session, if you have still 8 wickets in the last session, let's say even if you have 130 runs to chase, 30 overs, that is still worth going after. Seven
Yeah.
wickets,
Yeah,
8 wickets, that is still worth going after. And I think there is going to be a very cautious and aggressive sort of an approach. And India
Yeah.
are going for. I can definitely say that India will be like going into the day they are thinking about a win. If there was a world test series, these complications, I think if even if
WTCs. Yeah,
yeah, that would have
Yeah.
been even more. Yeah, 2-1 Harza, it doesn't really matter. We are going for it. We'd rather make it 2-1 than a 1-1. I think that would have been the attitude of the team,
Yeah.
if not for this. But there is that slight complication. You don't want to, you know, uh, spoil the bigger picture. So that is one thing that may be playing in
Yeah.
people's mind. I don't know, but
yeah,
let's see.
Sacrifice a battle to win a war.
I
yeah.
personally think one session for the Rain Gods and one each for the Indians and Australians.
Yeah, all right. So that is logic coming through. We've got five more comments, guys. I quickly read them out. I don't want to miss out on any, and then we'll call it a day for today. Hopefully Indian is the one who knocks, and Rohit says, "Say my name."
Yeah,
Amit says Ricky Ponting said drawn series for Australia will be worse than the loss a couple of years ago.
it
Absolutely
will be.
correct. Because,
Yeah.
yeah, and as Suvajit was mentioning about Michael Vaughan, Venugopal's added that with every test his prediction changes. It does. It does.
Yeah,
I remember his tweet right after the Adelaide test. I told you so. It's gonna be 4-0. I told you so. And
Bhai,
since then he's been
I,
quite
I hope I
quiet.
hope every Indian replies to his tweet saying that how many ODI centuries do you have?
nah. Chalo.
Considering how hard India have found with playing 20 players, Australia had the addition of Smith and Warner. A draw would feel more than a loss to them. Yes, Amit. Something
Yeah,
what Ricky Ponting has said as well. So you're right. Venugopal bidding us adieu. Good fun today, guys. Looking forward to the last day. Cheers. Lovely to have you, Venugopal.
yeah.
Yeah.
We're also looking forward to the last day and some real cheers tomorrow. So that would be fantastic.
Yeah.
With regards to WTC final and our final exams,
That's the
uh,
jinx.
I-
Yeah.
Jinx. Oh yes, that Jinx. All right. And Navjeevan once again thanking us for the information. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining in, Navjeevan, because it's because of comments and everything
This
else
is
that
Borivali gang. This is Borivali
yeah,
gang.
we can keep it going for almost close to 80 minutes now. So, guys, first of all, Subhajit, thank you so much for joining us. And there is one more. Win for both sides is difficult thanks to the Gabba weather, and I don't see India collapsing, so draw for me. All right, Varun, be like Varun, get in your predictions in the comments below. So, Vijit, thank you so much for joining us. I know, we kept you for long. And we always do that whenever we do get you on for live sessions. But it's just lovely to speak with you. Thank you so much for joining us. Manish, as ever, thank you so much. After the smashing debut, you've been a regular now. It's just
Yeah.
fantastic to have you on board.
He's Siraj. He's our
Yeah,
Siraj.
and also a huge shout out to V Express Sports as well. Do check out
Yeah.
their content. They did a fantastic live. Anurag was on an Insta live with Atul the other
Yeah.
day, and they coming with more content on their particular page and their Instagram feed as well. So do keep an eye out for that. Pratnesh and Anurag, as ever, thank you so much for sticking it out and for all of your information. Let's hope we can have a lovely day tomorrow. Just a last comment from Mayank. A draw against this bowling lineup and diabolic pitch is no less than a win. India retaining the series is all we need.
Very true.
True, Mayank.
Yeah.
I don't want the trophy to stay in Australia. I want it to be back on the flight with India. Thank you so
Yeah.
much to all of the viewers. Do keep it locked to the Sports Join for all things around this last day of the Indian tour of Australia. Let's hope we can come back tomorrow with smiley faces and proud hearts, talking about a wonderful fight and wonderful show from the Indian team. Till then, this is Kushagra signing off, and we'll see you soon.